Hey everyone, I'm Almar from almarsguides.com, and today I'm bringing you an important guide for Star Wars: The Old Republic that will allow everyone out there to make over 1 million credits a day. Now this is my first video, unlike all my other ones, where I actually went through the time to type out a script for the video. So you may notice some minor differences, such as not so many unnecessary pauses where I lose my train of thought, and of course all the time I wasted typing out this stupid script to fill 15 minutes of video. Oh wait, that's the only change I will notice. Pause while I wait for them to laugh. Ha, do you see what I did there? Alright, so on a serious note, this video is going to be going over my 1 mil credits a day guide, which you can find on my website, which you may have not noticed, but has recently gone through massive changes and now looks completely different. Back on subject. The link to this guide can be found in the description of the video, as I always recommend you read over the guide, as well as use this video, as it is here just to support the guide and not be the guide. It's how I roll. In order for you to get this guide to work, you will need 2 crew skills: underworld trading and slicing. During this video, you'll be watching me using that third crew skill slot, which I have as optional, which I use as archaeology. It's the one I've found to make the most money out of all of the gathering crew skills, and it gives you something to do throughout the day besides waiting for PvP queues or waiting for a flashpoint group, waiting for an operation group, or just waiting to wait. And hey, I gotta be doing something besides just standing there in the video, otherwise, people will get bored and just exit out. Now, archaeology is not a requirement to get this guide to work, but it definitely brings out more money than, just standing in the fleet station. Usually about an extra 250k a day, depending on how much the materials sell for on your server. I'm actually going off script right here because I thought of something intelligent to say for the first time. The things that I have found to sell the best are the Upari crystals, which are the rank 6 archaeology materials. I got something in my mouth. The rank 5 crystals, I think they're called Demind crystals. They sell alright, but definitely not as good as the Upari ones. The alien archaeology fragments, which you get, sell quite well, but not as much as the primeval ones, which are the rank 6. And all of the color crystals, I have found that they don't really sell that well at all. I'm having trouble selling a stack of 99 of them for 23k, while I can sell a stack of the Upari crystals for maybe 59 to 64k, depending on the day. And the primeval artifact fragments usually go for about 29 to 32k per 99 of them, mostly just because they're so common. You'll get 2 to 3 times more of them than you will anything else. Okay, so kind of back on subject, but still off script. Scavenging is the second best profiting gathering skill that I found. Mainly just because, actually I don't know why it's the second best. There's only 2 rank 6 materials, and not many more rank 5 ones that are, there. They sell probably because it's used in Cybertech, which is used for mods and armor. I'll go with that. Bioanalysis. Now, despite how popular biochem is, I've found that bioanalysis does not, the materials just plain do not sell. I've been stuck with neurochemical extracts, mutagenic pastes, and immunity cell cultures. I've been recycling stacks of 99 of them, putting them on the auction house every 2 days for the base price that the auction house gives me, and I can never get the goddamn things to sell. Maybe it's just my server, I don't know, but you might want to check the prices before you put them up there. Just a recommendation. Alright, now I'm going back on script. Once again, the only 2 requirements for this guide are slicing and underworld trading. Both of these crew skills you'll be wanting to run missions on all day long. I usually do 3 underworld trading and 2 slicing missions. There are usually at least 2 metal missions available at all times. If not, run a companion gift mission or luxury silk mission. Usually I only run the rich luxury silk missions just because luxury silk doesn't sell that well as it is, and the rich ones reward you with the most. Now, neither of those items sell as well as the metals, but they do sell, and it's always nice to have items up in more than just one market at a time. Of course, if one of these 2 items aren't selling well, you can always run the slicing rank 5 rich yield missions, as they also give you 340 requirement crafting missions, which you can sell in the auction house. Now, I'm pretty much going entirely off script, just because I've got too lazy to continue typing. Out of the slicing missions, I've found that treasure hunting missions sell the best. The ones that you get, I usually can sell them for about 28 to 32k, depending on the day. The underworld trading missions sell just as good as the treasure hunting missions, usually about 28 to 32K per mission. But I, of course, recommend using those missions instead of selling them, because the medals, the ore, the companion gifts, plus the silk, everything that you get from them from using them will sell for 2 to 3 times the amount that you could sell just the base mission for. Besides those, scavenging and archaeology are right behind them. But if you have archaeology, I recommend you use that mission instead of sell it. Scavenging, if you have scavenging, I recommend you use that mission instead of sell it. The archaeology mission will give you all 3 of the color crystals, as well as power crystals, as well as the artifact fragments. So it's a very, very high yielding mission for a rather cheap amount, because you only usually can sell that for about 9K. And even then, it might take a while to sell in the auction house. Honestly, it just depends on your server. Check the prices. Besides the underworld trading and slicing missions, you will also want to do all of your dailies each and every day. It takes about an hour to do, and they usually result in about 200 to 250K. More money, depending on if you stop for all the chests that are, scattered along your route, and stop for all the gathering materials that you can get, and, the list goes on. Now I have daily guides for both Imperials and Republic on my website, which once again you can find it in the description. I also have farming paths for archaeology, which I am running the Republic archaeology farming path in this video. The Imperial farming path is very slightly different. It still follows the same open landscapes, but instead of taking you through the Republic friendly zones, it'll take you through the Imperial friendly zones, which obviously is a lot safer, and it's going to be a lot less annoying on your part because you won't be getting unmounted than have to fight your way out. Now, also for this path that I'm running in this video, this is the same exact path you want to use for scavenging as well as bioanalysis when farming on Ilum. Slicing paths are slightly different. There really is no path. There's just 2 locations you can really check out for each faction. Once again, guides for them are on my website. Now, since I've pretty much run out of things to say and run out of things to talk about, I kind of got to end it, despite it being so short. I will go into one thing, though, which you can just cut me off here if you don't care about listening to it, because this is not really that important. But investigation and diplomacy missions. I've gotten a lot of people... the diplomacy missions, mainly, I've gotten a lot of people telling me that on their server these things actually do sell, or rather they're worth using. Which is odd, because I can't sell the damn things to save my life on my server. I've even put them down to 1K per mission, and I still can't get them to sell. And I actually would like to add, I can't sell the radioactive paste or the smart cells that I have, which are both grade 6 diplomacy materials, which are used in biochem. Maybe, just maybe, that my server is not, like, nobody's rolling biochem or something like that. I do not know what it's like on other servers. I only play on Cathal Rift Republic and Belgoth's Beacon Republic, but I haven't logged on Belgoth's Beacon since like the first or second week that the game came out. So I honestly can only speak for an economy on one server. However, this guide will work regardless, because the metals are used for cybertech, which people are always going to want, because not only does it make mounts, but it also makes upgrades for gear, which they're always going to be in demand regardless of your server, because, well, it upgrades gear. Let's face it. So that means the blue metals and the epic metals are always going to be used for that, as well as synth weaving, which the most classes, the most people in the game are playing Jedis, obviously, or Sith, depending on your faction. So synth weaving and artifice are always going to be in demand. That's a given. So metals are probably going to almost always sell regardless of your server. Same with the silks, depending on if you got more shadows or Sith assassins, it'll depend on your server, mainly. Of course, say that the metals and the silks aren't selling as well, but say everybody on your server is a biochem, then you know probably that the diplomacy missions will sell better than the underworld trading materials or whatnot. You can mix and match depending on your server. Everything depends on your server. You always want to check prices first. This guide will work, I'd say, on well over half the servers, because so many people are synth weaving at the minute, and so many people are cybertech, because the game is still new. Things still have yet to flesh out. It's how it's going to be, and it's how it will continue to be for months to come, at least. And as things change and people start to drop synth weaving or whatever happens, I will be updating the guide to reflect these changes. That's pretty much all I can think of to say for now. I think I've said enough. My mouth is dry. I'm thirsty. I'm complaining. So that's pretty much the end of this. So watch, or not watch, don't watch my website. What do you call it? What was I going to say? I'm having a brain fart. I'm pausing. I'm trying to fill this void with talking. Oh yes, read the guide on my website and also listen to and watch this video. And that'll pretty much cover just about everything. Also, comment, subscribe to me, like my website on Facebook, whatever everybody says after they finish narrating videos to plug their useless babbling shit.